This message is not for everyone. It is not meant to be shared, debated, or delayed. This is holy. This is personal. This is the answer to the silence you've been enduring. The confirmation to the questions you were too afraid to ask. You thought I didn't see it. You thought no one noticed. You believed your pain was invisible. But I have been watching the entire time. Now I say, stop everything you're doing, because this is for you. It's just for you. Don't try to skip this. Don't scroll past this. Don't silence your spirit. I, the Lord your God, am speaking, and what I have to say will shake everything you thought you understood. They tried to destroy you. Yes, I said it. You were not wrong. Your heart didn't lie. The pain wasn't imagined. The betrayal wasn't a misunderstanding. It was real, deep, and sharp. They looked you in the eyes and still chose to harm you. They took your name and twisted it. They took your kindness and mocked it. They knew you were pure, but they saw that as weakness. They thought your love was vulnerability. They believed your silence meant you had no strength. They thought your forgiveness meant they had won. But they had no idea who was standing behind you. I was there. I was there in the room when they whispered behind your back. I was there when they laughed at your downfall. I was there when they prayed against you. Yes, some of them dared to use my name while planning your ruin, but they didn't know me. They didn't carry my spirit. They only wore the mask of righteousness. And I, the Lord, do not tolerate mockery. They tried to destroy you, but something terrible happened to them. Something irreversible. Something unexpected. While they were planning your collapse, they triggered their own. While they were digging a pit for your fall, they tripped and fell in themselves. What they set in motion against you turned back on them, not because you fought them, not because you cursed them, but because I heard the sound of your tears louder than their chants. I saw your heart tremble in secret, and I declared, enough. You didn't need to fight. You didn't need revenge. You didn't need to defend yourself. I did it for you. I took it personally. I heard them say you'd never make it. I heard them say you were fake. I heard them say no one would love you again. I heard them say you'd lose everything, and I laughed. Yes, I laughed because they thought they could cancel what I have called. They thought they could stop what I have anointed. But I am not a man that I should lie. I don't start things I won't finish, and I started something in you, something eternal. You survived it. The part they never saw was how close you came to breaking. They don't know about the nights you wanted to disappear. They don't know how many times you prayed to feel nothing. They don't know the conversations you had with me in the dark, but I know, and that's why I had to act. Something happened. You need to see this. Their plan backfired. The ones who lied about you are now being exposed by the same lies. The ones who pretended to love you are now being shown in the light of truth. Some of them are losing the very thing they used against you. Some are watching their relationships crumble. Some are feeling the weight of their own words haunt them. Some are now crying the same tears they caused you to cry. This is not cruelty, this is justice. But here's what you must understand. I didn't do this just for punishment. I did this to protect you, because they were never going to stop. They were never going to let you live in peace. They were never going to celebrate your growth. You kept trying to make peace. You kept trying to forgive. You kept trying to move forward. But they kept coming back with new weapons, new rumors, new traps. And I said, no more. I am not exposing them to shame them. I am exposing them to free you. I am opening your eyes so you can finally stop blaming yourself. Stop wondering what you did wrong. Stop thinking you deserved the pain. You didn't. You were never the problem. You were just the threat. They saw your light and hated their own shadows. They saw your favor and couldn't understand why it wasn't theirs. They saw your heart and were reminded of how dark theirs had become. And now you will see it too. Soon, very soon, something will happen. A message, a conversation, a moment, something that confirms everything I just said. And when it does, don't let your heart become hard. Don't let bitterness take root. Just remember this moment. Remember what I told you. Remember who fought for you. Because while they were trying to destroy you, I was preparing to bless you. I was building something behind the scenes. I was gathering the right people. I was opening new doors. And now your reward is coming. Not because you're perfect, not because you never doubted, but because you remained faithful in the fire. You stayed kind when you could have turned cold. You stayed loyal when you could have walked away. You stayed humble when you could have screamed your innocence. I will honor you. I will vindicate you. I will elevate you in front of the same ones who tried to bury you. I will place you in rooms where your name was once mocked. I will give you joy in the very areas you once wept, and I will do it in such a way that no one, not even you, can take the credit. Do not fear the exposure. Do not fear what's about to come out. It is not to break you, it is to break the curse. You are under attack because of what you carry. You are not ordinary. You are not just another voice. You are a carrier of legacy, of light, of truth. And the enemy knew that if you ever realized your worth, he would lose his grip forever. That's why they came for you, not because you were weak, but because you are dangerous to darkness. Now listen carefully. You must guard your heart when the news comes, when the apology arrives, when the tears flow from those who tried to hurt you. Remember this, you are free now. You are not bound to their pain. You are not responsible for their downfall. You are responsible for your healing. Walk in peace. Don't return to the battlefield. I already cleared it. Forgiveness doesn't mean access. You can bless them from a distance. You can release them without welcoming them back into the space they tried to poison. This is your new beginning. Your freedom is not loud, it is holy. It is quiet, it is sacred. This is why the warfare was so intense. This is why you felt attacked from every angle. Because what you're about to step into will be greater than what you lost. I am restoring relationships. real ones. I am sending favor that finds you without striving. I am healing places in you that you forgot still hurt. I am going to show you why it had to happen this way. They tried to destroy you, but something terrible happened to their plan. It failed, and now something holy is happening to you. You are rising, and no one can stop it, not even you. Don't try to skip this. Don't try to ignore the tug in your heart. I am here. I have always been here, and I am not finished with you. The best chapter hasn't even started yet. You survived, and now you shall live fully, freely, unapologetically. I, the Lord your God, have spoken. My beloved child, listen to me now and listen closely. I have waited until this very moment to release this message into your life, because the appointed hour has come. This is not something to pass by. This is not something to delay or push aside. You are being pulled into a divine confrontation that has already begun, and the words I speak to you now will separate you from danger and move you into your divine assignment. Do not skip. Do not ignore. This is me, your God, stepping into the battlefield you didn't know you were already standing in. They tried to destroy you in secret, in whispers, in midnight meetings, and in mocking smiles. They moved like shadows cloaked in kindness, but soaked in poison. And yet you loved, you trusted, you gave. You extended your hands to people who were sharpening knives behind their backs. You tried to be light in a world that was hosting darkness, and they knew your heart was pure. That's why they tried to destroy it. But something terrible happened. Something they never prepared for. Something they could not undo. Something that was sealed by heaven the moment they moved against you. Because the moment they tried to destroy you, they triggered my intervention. Heaven went silent for a moment when they struck. Angels stood still. The clouds paused their movement, and I, your Father, your defender, the one who names you mine, leaned forward on my throne and marked that hour with judgment. You didn't see it. You only saw the betrayal, the loss, the confusion. You saw the smiling faces disappear, the love go cold, the pain grow louder. You asked why. You cried alone. You thought I had forgotten, but I hadn't. I was writing. Yes, I was writing. I was documenting every word they said in the dark, every message they sent in secret, every agreement they made when they thought you wouldn't survive. They were so confident that they could ruin you. They laughed at how fast they believed they could break you. But child, what they didn't understand is that you were never built by them, so they had no power to break what I created. I need you to know what happened. I need you to sit in this moment and open your spirit, because I'm about to show you why everything shifted. While they plotted destruction, I activated a reversal. They set up traps, and I made the ground under their feet collapse. One by one, I began to uncover their hidden places. One by one, I exposed the rot they tried to bury, and they never expected it. Something terrible happened. Not to you, but to them. You need to see this. A woman who carried your secrets twisted them into weapons. A man you honored used your loyalty as leverage. A friend you trusted sat in a room of your enemies and let them plan how to erase you. But I intercepted their assignments. I confused their communication. I turned their words into swords that pierced their own hands, and I sealed it. I sealed it under my authority and said, "This child is untouchable from this day forward. Don't skip this. Don't let the enemy convince you this is just a message. This is your spiritual evidence. You were not imagining the weight. You were not crazy for sensing the betrayal. That tension in your chest wasn't just emotion. It was me waking you up before they could finish what they started. But they failed, and now they're panicking. One of them lost something deeply valuable because of what they did to you. It wasn't coincidence. I removed it. I shut it down. I allowed a divine interruption. I am still God, and I will not allow my children to be offered as sacrifices for the egos of the wicked. Yes, they thought they had power, but I stripped them in silence. I took away the illusion of control they used to manipulate your path, and now I am making all things new. Even as you read this, things are shifting. People are watching you, and they don't understand how you're still standing. But I do. I'm the one holding you up. They whispered that you would lose your mind. They planned for you to quit, to disappear, to fall so hard you'd never rise again. But you rose. And you're still rising, because the Spirit of the living God is lifting you above their reach. You were never ordinary. That's why you attracted such extraordinary opposition. And now I am rewarding you publicly for every private tear. There are surprises on their way to you that will silence every tongue that mocked you. Doors are about to swing open that were nailed shut by the hands of those who hated you. But I'm God, and when I open a door, no one, not even the ones closest to you, can close it. Now let me tell you this clearly. Stop grieving the ones I removed. Stop mourning what I interrupted. I didn't allow that disconnection to punish you. I allowed it to preserve you. You were trying to build a future with people who would have destroyed the foundation. You were trying to love what was sent to test you. But I removed them, and yes, it hurt. But if I hadn't stepped in, it would have destroyed everything. I gave you signs. I gave you dreams. I stirred your spirit in the middle of the night, but still, you stayed still. You believed, and I honored your heart. But now I require your focus. You are stepping into a season that requires separation. The next elevation comes with a cost. One that includes being misunderstood by people you would have died for. But let me deal with them. Don't chase explanations. Don't beg for understanding. Just obey. I am lifting you, and those who tried to bury, you will watch from the ground as I place your feet in high places. They'll know it was me. They'll know they were warned. They'll feel the weight of what they tried to do, but it will not reach you because I've shielded you. Now I've placed fire around your name, angels around your dwelling, and peace over your heart. Something terrible happened, but it wasn't to you. It was to every spirit that tried to curse you and couldn't. It was to every lie spoken over you that backfired. It was to every plan launched against you that failed. In my presence, you are protected. You are chosen. You are my child, and I have the final word. So walk now, not with fear, but with fire. Walk like someone who's seen what the enemy tried to do, but survived anyway. Walk with the awareness that heaven has released orders in your name. You are not average, you are anointed. And you are about to see the glory of God show up in a way that will make every silent season worth it. Type Amen to receive this breakthrough. Type 333 if you know this message was sealed with divine fire. If you wish to support the message, you can do so with a super thanks contribution of up to 20A. It's optional but deeply appreciated. Type Amen to confirm your blessing. You are not reading this by accident. Archangel Michael stood watch while this message was released. He was present when the plan was exposed. He's still watching, and he will stand between you and every weapon meant to harm you. Type Amen, Amen, again, and don't look back. Something terrible happened, but God was greater. This is your resurrection. This is your reward. This is your revenge, divinely executed. You kept asking me, why did they do this? You kept replaying their faces, their voices, their betrayal. You questioned yourself. You even blamed yourself. But child, hear me clearly now. It was never your fault. The moment you stepped into your light, the darkness in them began to choke. You were not the problem, you were the exposure. Your spirit agitated their demons. Your peace disturbed their chaos. Your growth reminded them of everything they refused to become. So they attacked, they plotted, they twisted truth. But the very hands that tried to tear you down are now the ones trembling in fear because of what happened next. Do you want to know the moment it all changed? It wasn't when you found out. It wasn't when they walked away. It wasn't when you cried. It was when you chose not to retaliate. That moment when you were silent. That moment when you let go instead of getting even. That was when heaven stood up for you. That was when I dispatched angels to step into the battle. That was when your name was spoken in places your feet haven't even touched yet. Because I honor restraint. I honor obedience. I honor those who let me fight for them. And now I am fighting. The pain you endured has not gone unnoticed. Every scar, every sigh, every secret prayer. I was there. I counted the nights you felt abandoned. I measured the weight they placed on your shoulders, and I made you stronger, even when you didn't feel it. I was building your endurance in the middle of exhaustion. I made you a warrior in the war you didn't know you were in. And now it's time for you to take back what the enemy tried to steal. They laughed when you lost. They mocked when you stumbled. They celebrated your delay. But what they didn't realize is that delay is not denial. It's divine setup. I was repositioning the battlefield. I was shifting the terrain. I was pulling you away from what would poison your promise. You thought it was a season of stillness, but it was a season of strategy. And now the release is here. Suddenly, rapidly, irreversibly. I have prepared a table for you in the presence of your enemies. And now it's time to feast. but not everyone can come. There are some people you will need to leave behind, no matter how long you've known them. Not because you hate them, but because they can't carry the next assignment. Their motives are impure, their hearts are divided, and I will not allow divided hearts near your elevation. Trust me, I see what you can't. There's someone reading this who still thinks they need the approval of the person who betrayed them. Stop. That voice is not from me. I didn't create you to shrink. I created you to shine. And that's why they attacked. Not because you were weak, but because your strength exposed their insecurities. Your glow revealed their shadow. Your honesty highlighted their deception. And that's why they whispered lies about you. But even now, I am redeeming your name. Even now, I am shifting the narrative. In the coming days, people who ignored your worth will be forced to watch others honor it. I am placing you in rooms you didn't apply for. I'm opening doors you didn't knock on. I'm releasing answers to prayers you forgot you prayed, because I don't forget. I've seen your sacrifice, and now you will see my supply. They tried to destroy you, but child, look around. You're still here, breathing, reading this. That means it didn't work. That means my plan overruled theirs. That means the worst has passed, and the best is being birthed. And yes, it will come with new challenges, but now you're ready. Now you're equipped. Now you carry wisdom forged in fire, and nothing, listen to me, nothing they do from this point forward will prosper. Some of them are still trying. They're scrambling, throwing darts in the dark. But what they don't know is that I've reversed the curse. What they meant for evil, I've already turned for good. Their accusations will become your elevation. Their betrayal will become your breakthrough. Their curses will become your confirmation. Because when I mark someone as chosen, I don't take that label back. And you are chosen. This next season will make sense of the silence. It will make sense of the pain. It will redeem the waiting. You're not behind. You're not late. You're not forgotten. You're on divine schedule. I've been arranging everything behind the veil. I've been preparing people, platforms, and promises for your arrival, and now it's time. But hear me, you must be willing to release the weight. You can't walk into what's next, still carrying the chains of what was.